All right. It shows me that we are now streaming. Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday. I can't believe it's Wednesday already. The days are blurred together, and I really don't know what days are which. I just know that it's another day that we're alive and going. So I am your host, Juliette Abdel, President and CEO of the Westminster Chamber. This is our COVID-19 series, and as you all are aware, we host these daily, with the exception of if we have an event. So yesterday we had a virtual happy hour. If you participated, thank you for participating. Stay tuned for the next one next month. Tomorrow we have a virtual job fair. So if you're looking for employment opportunities or know of someone that has recently been let go from their job in wake of this situation, please direct them to our job fair. We'll have a series of these that run throughout that go into the summer. Different employers talking about the positions that they have that are new, how you can go about applying for them, and why you would want to work for them. But today's topic is an exciting one, and I like it because it's Get Social. It's designed to touch on how to leverage your social media for your business. So there's a lot of media outlets that you can use, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even Snapchat, YouTube. There's tons. Each one works differently. The audience that's on each one is different. And so what we've done today is actually pull together two of our experts. They are from RSS Insurance. I have Sarah Hoffman and Jenna Mahana, and both of them actually operate and run their social media. Why we picked RSS is for several reasons. One, they're one of our strong members, and we enjoy the relationship we've already started developing with them. But the second was we actually connected and got them on board through social media. So there was a lot of interfacing that was going on from our social media accounts to RSS, back and forth. And then it was this discovery of here's an amazing agency that's in the community. They found out about their local chamber, and then we met. So it worked. And I want to take the time to turn this over to Sarah to kick us off and share a little bit of her wisdom, what they're doing, what might be working. Please make sure that you ask questions in the comments, that you give us a thumbs up and like, so we know that we're captivating and entertaining. But the more questions that you have, the more guided that this conversation can be and helpful to your business.
Great, thank you. Should I get started?
Yes.
Okay. We started with our social media probably fairly heavily about 5 years ago, when my husband and I originally purchased the agency. The important thing to us being an insurance agency was that we felt like we really wanted to get engaged with the community, and we wanted to give them an opportunity to know who we were as people, because we felt like in order for other business owners and other people to trust us or to want to work with us, they needed to get to know us and trust us as people. So pretty much everything that we do, we kind of go back to our original RSS, what we call them our pillars or our RSS difference. And we just make sure that everything that we post kind of comes from that. So our pillars are everyone is equals, service before self, industry leading expertise, and a trusted local advisor. I would say that we heavily post mostly about community and our teamwork and everyone is equals, how we're trying to be out there in the community and support the community. Over the years, we have definitely found that people like to see other people in action. That's where they get engaged. And so we really focus on that a lot. Then with maybe once or twice a week, we do interject our expertise, which would be insurance topics, ways that we can help them and support small businesses. But our focus really has been on community and who we are and the wonderful team that we have here at RSS.
I love that. And I think this is my first time really hearing some of your core values of community service above self and some of those guiding principles that are allowing you to post your platform. So what you're sharing, is you're not necessarily posting about products that you guys have. You might loop that in on occasion, but you're generally posting things that touch on your individual values as a company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, definitely for sure, because I know even as for myself, again, we're an insurance agency, which we're all passionate about it and we love it, but it's not always a favorite topic of most people. And when they're on social media and they're scrolling through, they're not gonna, if we just reshared like a MetLife post about insurance savings, they may or may not, I guess, look at that, but it doesn't really tell them who we are. And so we really use the platform to get out there who we are, how we're different, that we care about our clients. We really use the opportunity to talk about our professionalism, our honesty, our integrity, our teamwork, our generosity, what we're doing. So to me, that's the way. I know not all agencies or all businesses handle it that way, but I feel like we've both kind of felt like unless people trust you and know who you are and kind of feel like, hey, I could have coffee with them and sit down and ask some insurance questions and feel like they're going to give me honest advice. Yeah, I think that needs to come first, just like with any relationship, that needs to come first. And then, like I said, probably a couple of times a week, we blog about insurance topics and things that we feel like would be helpful or timely, but we really lead in with more relationship because that's what's important to us.
I love that. That's terrific. So thank you, Lauren, Tina, and Parker for tuning in. I know we have way more, but you guys gave us some likes. Parker, you asked a question. It's not social media related, but I'll still answer it for you. That was whether our gala is rescheduled. And yes, so our gala was supposed to be this Friday due to everything that's going on, and you guys are not able to leave your homes. We just can't do it anymore. So that has been rescheduled for September the 25th. It'll be a fall gala. It's still the same theme into the future. Still are presenting and VIP sponsors that are involved in there over at the Denver Marriott. What this has created an opportunity for is businesses can still nominate a business or self-nominate. So if you never submitted yourself for awards or knew of a business or now know of a business that you think is deserving of it, the nominations form is on our website, westminsterchamber.biz. You'll find it under the events tab where it says nominate awards. So I know that was a tangent, but I wanted to touch on it. So Jenna, can you add a little bit more on Sarah? Sarah gave us the structure, which I think is just, it's terrific to know that you have these core guardrails that are kind of keeping your messages in sync, in tune, and really developing the side of interpersonal relationships, even in a social or digital world. So can you add a little to that from your experience on what you're also doing?
Yes, absolutely. So like Sarah said, we really try to throw in a mix of professional, community, and then also we want to showcase our team members, and we have a lot of fun personalities in our office. So when I came on board, we started getting into video and showcasing our team members even more and their fun personalities and what they're all about. And I think not only has it brought us closer to the community, but it's also brought us closer together as a team. So it's fun to showcase, those fun personalities. Some of the videos that we've done, we have blooper reels, we get a little silly sometimes. So I think it's been really great to have that mix of professional, and fun to showcase who we really are outside of the office and outside of our professional knowledge. So that's kind of been a part that I've played, just kind of working closely with the team members and just more so showcasing their knowledge and, the fun that they like to have with each other. We're all a team. We operate as a family. And it's been really great to just kind of get everyone involved in our social media more so. So that's been, just really fun for all of us to just kind of start getting into that. And video is relatively new to our agency. So it's been really fun to learn and get people involved. And, we're going to continue developing that and engaging more so like with our clients and other community members as we go along with video.
I love that. So I love the personable side too as well. So you have your core values, you add in the personalities and ensuring that people are seeing the faces behind your company is what it sounds like. So how are you selecting which platforms? I know you're on a couple. Do you mind kind of going through the different platforms you're on, how long you maybe have been doing each, and why you chose those, because there's so many.
So we utilize pretty much every platform. Sarah's awesome, and she's had them all set up, since both Aaron and Sarah took over the agency 5 years ago. So we are we're even on Pinterest, we're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And sometimes we do vary like what type of material we show on each platform. So, it just kind of depends. what we're posting that day. Some content is more suited for LinkedIn, some content's more suited for Instagram, just with the way the platforms are set up. So we do try to balance the content, just depending on the different platforms that we're utilizing. I think it's really important to be on all of those different platforms because they all have their different purposes. So I think it's great to be engaged in as many platforms as you can.
So on that note, so you know that there's a different audience for each and you kind of direct the content toward that. I guess, can you share with us who you would expect to be the ones that are viewing our Facebook, who are the ones that are more apt to be viewing your Instagram and your LinkedIn and some of those?
I think it's more so the type of content that you're posting. So on LinkedIn, we try to keep it more professional, like our professional knowledge. We share more so our professional knowledge on LinkedIn. And then Instagram, we like to show our goofy side sometimes. On Facebook, right? It's a little more relaxed.
And I would say, if I can add, I think we've found different type of clients and prospects are on the different platforms. On Instagram, it seems like we see definitely a younger generation, younger business owners, entrepreneurs, more startups. Definitely, we've gotten a lot of connections and leads and clients through more like filmmakers, artists, restaurants tend to be on Instagram. So when they have something they can showcase visually, or they're younger business owners and entrepreneurs, they tend to be on Instagram. And we've gotten comments where they checked us out and they're like, wow, you guys seem pretty cool, because, you know, again, we're an insurance agency. It doesn't sound exciting and cool, but we're showing a different side of ourselves. Yeah, I mean, we're showing a different side of ourselves. We have stuff that we put on our story. LinkedIn, I think, is definitely more of the serious business professional, IT people, business people, just maybe a little bit older sometimes, not always. I think it's definitely growing for sure. Facebook, I would say, is definitely, I would say across the board, most people are on Facebook. But yeah, it's interesting because we do have different engagement, different types of engagement on each platform.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we have Tina is thanking us for sharing some of this information. She's the owner of Silver Touch Aesthetics, and has felt a little bit lost since mid-May. So this is helping her a little bit. And we've got a couple of hello from Sakib and others. So can we touch on, we talked a little bit about engagement, Sarah, and how each platform allows for a different demographic to engage with you and what you're posting out. At what point, if there is a point, that you can transfer those engagements into dollars? So is it possible that are all your followers that are liking or engaging with you your customers? If they're not, where do you see a value in still having them engaged with you? And then the ones that have expressed an interest, do you take the conversation offline? How do you go about developing that initial touch into a business potential?
Did you want to answer that, Jenna, or do you want me to?
Sure.
I mean, we've had some really great, I'll hand it to Jenna, but we've had some, especially on Instagram, surprisingly, we've had a lot of success and luck with that, but building new clients.
Right. So if someone isn't a client of ours and they're interacting with us quite a bit, I typically will reach out to them and just thank them for interacting with us. And basically just kind of see how we can help each other. I give them a little more information about the services we offer, and inquire a little bit more about their business, and just kind of start to build that relationship a little bit. And it's been really great. Like Sarah said, Instagram has actually been really successful for us, just as far as people engaging with us, and, communicating back and forth. So I think when you are getting that engagement from someone that you don't necessarily know that much about, it's really important to reach out to them. And learn more about them, and, also offer up what you can help them with as well. So yeah, it's been Instagram has been amazing, which is actually kind of surprising. I think that's been probably our biggest platform. Would you agree, Sarah? As far as
engagement? Definitely is where we've gotten leads. And I think, again, it's not about being salesy and going in with a hard sale. It might not be an immediate turnaround, but just being there, posting things about ourselves, and then, just engaging with them and going back and forth, maybe commenting on their pictures, and then they check out our stuff. But then even if it's a couple months down the road after they've got that trust built, and they're like, hey, these are cool people, and they seem honestly genuine and nice. And, it starts to build. So a lot of this, I would say, with social media, 5 years ago, it started slow and it's gotten bigger and bigger, and we've gotten more comfortable with it. And that's why we brought Jenna on 2 years ago to help manage it. I mean, it just takes a while to build content for people that then they trust and they see and they know what to expect. And then, yeah, so I would say to people to just be patient and just kind of keep putting out there who you are. And I think it is key also to be consistent. I think being consistent and posting. I think in the earlier days, I went for 3 or 4 times a week, and now we pretty much post almost every day, if not a couple times a day. And again, each platform is different, how often you can post where you're not being obnoxious also. But
right.
Yeah.
I think it's really important too right now to engage with people. I mean, since we can't meet face to face during these difficult times, I think it's so important to even just like leave some positive comments on people's feeds, encourage them, keep them going. You know, we can't be face to face right now. So I think it's more so important now more than ever to, you know, encourage people through comments, through messages, encourage them to keep going, like what they're doing, you know, just spread that positivity, you know, so we all feel like we're together, even though most of us are apart right now.
Yeah, I love that. And you guys do a lot of positive messaging. So I definitely see the product behind what you're sharing. So more than you used to post 3 times, now you're posting daily, Sarah. Is that a content calendar that you guys use? Do you use some sort of a software? I know there are others that are out there like Hootsuite or some of those that people will schedule out their posts and post them. Do you just do them on the spot as you think of it, or have you kind of planned out what you expect to post for the next several days?
I would say all of the above. It depends if we're trying to be better, or I'm trying to be better about it. Jen and I have started meeting. We never seem to have trouble coming up with content. So we share an office when we are together. She's usually on the other side of me. Right now it's just myself sitting here and my husband in his office. But we are always bouncing ideas off of each other. We are always working and creating content when we have time. And we use Adobe Spark, and she uses Adobe Rush for video. We actually use our calendar in Microsoft, has worked the best. We've tried, I can't remember what they were called. Was it Trello?
Yes.
We might be able to start using Teams. I'm not sure. So really it's been more organic with some structure. We have had times where I would say we have the big items posted out for the month where I'll say, hey, this month we need to have a blog post about these 3 topics because it's, you know, National Safety Month. Whatever it may be. We're going into the summertime. People need to make sure that they've got the proper insurance on, you know, all of their toys, their motorcycles, you know, they're going up their RVs when they're going up to the mountain. So there'll be some like that's seasonal. So I mean, we have our different charities of the quarter, so we know that we're writing blogs about our charities and what we're doing. So a lot of it fills in pretty quickly, and then we're sprinkling in other items, just kind of every day around the office things that are going on that are fun, highlighting a team member. We do testimonial Tuesdays from our reviews that we have. So a lot of it's pretty easy to start filling in, and then it seems like usually we're like, what should we post? We have a couple of things which we don't want to post too much. So yeah.
I like to walk around the office and annoy people and see what's going on. Like, you know, I mean, we have one of our team members actually has a book coming out. She's now a published author, you know, so like we've shared that, like her successes with that. So I like to like walk around and just see what's going on. And sometimes we get a lot of content just from seeing what's going on in our teams' lives. So different things like that.
And people love to hear that. I mean, they're human interest stories. Like we also have the world champion women's powerlifter in our office, which we think is pretty cool. So
cool.
Yeah, so she gets a lot of shout outs, and I mean, there's so many, we have a lot of cool personalities, and we're all very different. And we like
to celebrate each other.
That is awesome.
It does take practice. And that was one nice thing when Jenna came on 2 years ago, is people would see me with a camera, and people, I don't think naturally want to be in front of a camera at first, but now they've gotten used to it. They're resigned to it. So it's kind of happening. So I would also, as a tip to people, I wouldn't be frustrated at first, because it does take practice. It does take time for people to get used to it. It does take time to just always be kind of looking around the office. And again, we're an insurance agency. You know, we don't have like beautiful cupcakes to showcase, or like some social media accounts. And so you just kind of have to I always see our office almost as a human interest story and all the different personalities. And I think it's really important to kind of see your business that way and share who you are. And that's really what resonates with people. I mean, if I'm being honest, we do a post about, auto insurance and it gets 2 likes. So then we post a picture of our team, practicing for, I don't know, out on the outside lawn at lunchtime, practicing for, I'm going to call it bags, Jenna.
Oh, yes, bags, because I'm from Chicago.
For the cornhole tournament, like the Westminster Legacy Foundation does. And like, we're being silly and that'll get, 40 likes. So people really would just want to see other people enjoying themselves. And then you sprinkle in a little bit of the other stuff.
I think that's terrific. So what about those of you in the office that are camera shy? Are there any ones that just are, you don't want video? And for those that are more introverted, so I know you guys have seen these memes going around, right? You've got the extroverts that are going crazy right now being inside their homes. And then you've got the introverts that are like, I don't know why you're freaking out. I'm having a terrific time being indoors. So for those of us that don't necessarily like to be on video or get on there, you've not been doing video all the time on your social media and still were just as effective? Or what if, should people feel bad about not being able to hop onto a video or not doing one?
No, and I really think it just takes practice. So it feels so awkward when you first get into it. So I think for people that aren't comfortable with it, that want to get into it, and I mean, you really should, because it's so beneficial and it's so important, and it really showcases who you are and what your business provides. Set the camera up at home and just practice talking into the camera, until you feel a little more comfortable. I think you just kind of have to get used to the idea. And once that kind of settles in, it gets easier and easier each time. We have a bunch of people at our office that were really uncomfortable with it at first. And I think it just took them getting used to it. Sarah hated it, but she really is so good with it. Yeah. But she felt really uncomfortable, and she always does a great job. And I think it just takes the practice and you just have to get used to the thought of it. I think that's really what it's all about. A few of the people that were uncomfortable with it at first, it might not be their favorite thing to do. But they've gotten used to the concept, and now they're a little less uneasy when I come around with my camera. So are they annoyed with me? Probably, but they're definitely coming around to the idea of it, as, we start to get into video more and more. So
it's probably one positive thing that will come from all the social distancing and all the Zoom and WebExes that people are having to do is everyone's going to get more comfortable with just being on video, because that's kind of how we're living life over the next couple of months, is on video. So, hey, maybe that'll be a benefit that comes out also that makes us all stronger.
A silver lining.
We're all the gurus at video.
Yeah, I agree. There's definitely some innovation that's coming out of this. A lot of, how do you change the face of business and how to run business on a daily basis. So there's positives. There always is. You just have to look for them for sure.
Right.
But thank you both. I'm not seeing any additional questions. There were some thank yous to Jenna and Sarah. I thought you did. I would not have even guessed that you don't like to be on the camera. I think you're doing terrific.
See, she's great.
Yeah, you're doing fantastic. And I think that's a testament to sometimes internally we feel or think that we're not doing as well as we are. And to be honest, I think this is probably one of my more dynamic videos that we've had. So you guys have been terrific on here. For anyone that's interested in getting started or finding customers, what would you recommend for them as far as, should you go about seeking strategic partners on your social media pages? So other ones that might refer business to you? Do you immediately go to businesses that you're interested in working with in the future and following? What would be that strategy for customer prospecting per se?
Absolutely. Yep. I know we have several target markets at RSS. So sometimes we'll try to interact with those businesses on social media. So follow them, engage with them, show interest in what they're doing. And it's a great way to start laying that foundation and building that relationship and that genuine trust. So, if there's a prospect out there or someone that could be a great referral partner, just start interacting with them, throw them some likes, comment on their posts, just start interacting with them. And then it just kind of goes from there, right? It's just building that trust and that relationship. And it can be a great starting off point to, gaining new clients or just gaining new relationships and, opportunities.
Terrific. Well, if that is all, thank you both for hopping on here. I know you're staying busy, just as busy, not being in the office or in the office as any other day. So we appreciate you taking a 30-minute window to hop on and share your expertise. And for those of you watching for the first time, make sure you like and follow our page and share this video if you think there might be some value for others that are new to social media or maybe hurting as a result of what's going on and need to ramp up their social media. There are definitely numerous articles and information sources out there, but the difference is that this is more of a local business that's actually doing it and has been more successful. So we like to highlight stories where we can, just the same as you, Sarah, and your team that's at the office. So thank you both, Jenna and Sarah, for hopping on here today and sharing some thoughts with us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye. You too.